he ever make it out alive.
Hey, I probably will hop on Spectra in about half hour, 45 minutes maybe, because I'll be talking a lot when I be doing these reactions. So if you want to come back, you want to slide on me then, I may be on a little later. All right, cool. Appreciate that, my boy. Hey, listen to me. If you want to stay, then chill with me. If not, if you want to wait till I hop on Spectra, then hey, like I said, I am hopping on Spectra. So hey, let me get into these reactions though, man. Let me see. I did see these 5 true scary cabin in the woods horror stories, so I might hop on that. Me and Left would love to have. I'm just chilling, bro. Okay, cool. Okay, left gonna hop on too then, huh? Okay, cool. Anyways, without further ado, let's get it bussin'. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
It was about late November in Colorado, and I was about 7 or 8. And my father got the idea of taking us all for a weekend to a cabin
okay, I see
he was
you.
going to rent. My mother thought it was a great idea for me, my sister, and my father and my mother to bond. So that's exactly what happened. We rented a cabin for a few days. We took school off on Friday to get a head start getting there, which I absolutely had no issue with.
Okay.
We got there and it was sure cold. Well, it was almost December, so I guess it made sense that it was that cold. Anyways, we got all set up and decided where we would sleep. We ate dinner and then we got all set up for bed.
What is that for dinner?
Decided where we would sleep.
Is that lawnmower grass? What is that? What am I eating for dinner? What is this? This is a terrible dinner. We got chopped up lawnmower grass, and then we got a glass of water. At least they enjoying it. Maybe it's a hit. I don't know. It looked trash to me though.
We ate dinner.
I'm just saying.
We got all set up for bed, and we were just thinking about what we would do tomorrow. We got there kind of late, so we couldn't do much on the first day. That first night, though, I heard noises outside. It sounded kind of like footsteps. I looked out the window and saw
maybe
nothing,
it's the ranger.
So
maybe it's the ranger.
An animal.
Yeah, something like that.
I just tried to get back to sleep, but about 15 minutes later, I heard it again. I woke my sister up, which she was about 11 at the time, and she heard it as well. We both walked over to the window and saw something out there.
Why are you getting your sister for this?
We weren't quite sure what it was. We decided it'd be best for us to not see us, so we went back to sleep. I had a hard time sleeping that night, and so did my sister. When we eventually woke up, my mother was inside making breakfast and my father was outside. I asked my mom if I could go outside with my dad, and she told me sure, while my sister stayed inside and waited for my mother to finish breakfast.
Y'all ain't gonna talk about what happened last night?
Talking to some man. A short, chubby man. He had a shaved head and was wearing a veteran cap.
Why he sweaty?
He looked really nervous too, for some reason. He was sweating a lot, even though it was freezing outside. I walked over to him and my father, and my dad looked at me and said, "Oh, this is my son," and told him my name.
Okay.
The man then looked at me and said, "Hey, nice to meet you, kid. My name's Patrick."
Alright, Pat.
He just smiled and looked at me. I also smiled and greeted him back, and maybe it was rude at the time, but I was just a kid, so I asked him, "You look kind of scared. Are you alright?" And he kind of coughed and replied with, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just went through shell shock because I'm a veteran," as I couldn't tell already
shell shock
that he was wearing, but he seemed normal then.
Okay.
My father seemed to really like this guy for some reason, and I guess at first I liked him too. He told my father he had also rented a cabin with his family and that they were really close to us, so he decided to introduce himself. My father invited him inside for breakfast and he stayed, and everything was normal.
He ain't gonna bring his family back over?
I went outside to play after that with my father and Patrick.
Well, he didn't tell his wife that he was going over someone else's house for breakfast or something? I don't know. I don't think this man has a family. To be honest, like he would have at least like, you know what I'm saying? Like called him up or something. I don't know, bro. Or at least like been like, "Oh yeah, honey, I'm about to go over here. You had some breakfast. Y'all want to slide with me? Y'all hungry? What's going on?" Or at least like inform that he's not gonna be back in the morning. This man don't got no family. And he's sweaty because he was running around our cabin last night. That's what was going on. I'm already knowing. Stop it, bro. I'm catching on to you.
While playing outside, I fell and scraped my knee and started crying. dad was inside at the time,
Dang.
which was a bad time for him to be inside.
You know,
My
out
mother
there
was calling
screaming for
him,
his
and
life.
He ran inside while I was out there with Patrick. Patrick then ran over to me and told me to come with him to his cabin because he had band-aids.
Nah, I'm cool.
I agreed
Nah.
and I went with him. I wasn't a very smart kid.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where's the parents at? Maybe I missed that. Let me restart from when this angle,
My
right?
father invited him inside
Let's
for
see.
breakfast and he stayed,
Okay.
and everything was normal.
Okay.
I went outside to play after that with my father and Patrick.
After breakfast.
While playing outside, I fell and scraped my knee and started crying.
Oh, okay. So they was playing together. The father, Patrick, Patty, and the son was all playing together. And the dad, I think, went back in the house to go get something, I guess. And then Patrick took it upon himself to take someone else's kid to his cabin to get him band-aids. I'm trying to tell you, man. This man was stalking outside the little kid's window. He an EDP.
My dad was inside at the time, which was a bad time for him to be inside.
What?
My mother was calling for him, and he ran inside while I was out there with Patrick. Patrick then ran over to me and told me to come with him to his cabin because he had band-aids.
Okay.
I agreed and I went with him.
Wait. So, I'm sorry. I keep pausing. I'm just trying to get this straight. So, they was outside playing. All three of them, just them three, right? And he fell and scraped his knee. And then he said something about that his father was inside at the time. I thought they was outside playing. Okay, anyways, fast forward past that. The father was aware that he fell, right? And then the mother called him in. What? I thought he was inside already. I'm confused. How did he become alone with Patty outside? Like, what is going on? What is going on, bro? Terrible parenting. Terrible.
Very smart kid. We talked about what I liked doing, and I told him about the video games that I played and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then things got weird. He asked me what shoe size I was and how old I am.
Shoe size?
Shoe size, so I told him that, but I told him my age.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of chuckled and said something along the lines of, "Good to know." Also, his cabin was nowhere near ours.
How old am I? This dude is about like 2.5 feet. If Patrick is short, bro, he don't even come up to his hip. How old is he? Is he about like 3 years old? This dude is too short to be out here alone.
At least 20 minutes to walk there.
20
tired, and
minutes?
There was no point in getting the bandit anymore. But I still decided to keep going since I had walked too long. We entered the cabin, and he told me to go in first, so I did.
Bruh.
As soon as I walked in, I realized something. There was nobody in there.
That's what I'm saying.
No family.
That's what I'm saying.
I asked him where his family was, and he didn't answer, pretending like he didn't hear me. He then locked the door.
Nah,
I was starting
bro.
to feel frightened.
Nah, bro.
He told me, "I'll be right back with the Band-Aid, kiddo." He then walked into the kitchen and pulled one out of somewhere, and then walked back and told me to have a seat and that he'd put it on. I sat down and he put it on me.
I don't understand. Is this a setup? Did the parents set this kid up? Was they like, we ain't trying to feed two mouths. He a little too much. He you know what I'm saying? And is he younger than the sister? Maybe he's younger than the sister. Because I was about to say this dude is trash if he woke his little sister up to go see what was at the window. But that's a side thought. But this had to be a setup, bro. What is going on? They took 20 minutes to get to that cabin. Where was did they run away from the campsite or something? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. What is going on? And now all of a sudden, it has to be like 30 minutes later, right? Now no one's coming to look for him, nothing. No one's searching for him. Oh my gosh, because he didn't say that we went through like a secluded area in the forest, through trees and bushes. No, they was walking through one single pathway, no turns, nothing like that. Unless he left that part out. So if they wanted to find this kid, if they wanted to find their son, they could have found their son. I don't think they want to find him. I think they like, buddy a little too much to take care of. We already got his sister. This one was kind of like a oopsie child anyway. So you know what I'm saying? He can get up out of here. You can have him, Patrick. Like, what is going on?
Held my leg with his other hand and rubbed up and down and told me, "You're rather muscular, kid. I like that."
Oh my gosh.
Kind of got scared and I immediately stood up. He asked me what was wrong and I told him nothing and that my leg was feeling much better.
Well, you better high knee
Then
him
said
in
that
the
I thought
mouth.
My parents would be worried sick about me and that I should hurry back.
No,
but
they not. They don't care.
insisted that I stayed a little longer and ate there.
Why is it wet in
I
here?
really didn't want to, but I was alone, and if I ran, I don't think I could find my way back to the cabin. The door was locked too, so I just agreed and decided to eat with them and get it over with fast. He
Bro,
asked
you
me
are
how
not
much I
leaving.
weighed, and I guessed about 70 pounds.
Is this dude trying to like move him like he's some weight or something? If you know what I mean? Is this what's going on? Why is he asking his measurements? Is he trying to put him up on clearance? Like he's some jeans at Macy's or something? What is going on? If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. If you know, you know. Is that what's going on right now? Is that what he's doing? Is that what he's doing?
He then had a smile go across his face. He nodded and said, "Perfect weight."
Oh
I
no.
asked him what that meant, and he just kept smiling at me.
I knew it.
I was really weirded out when I asked him if I could go. He told
Nah,
me no,
buddy.
that things were just getting started and I shouldn't miss out on the fun.
Oh, you nasty.
He had such a weird tone when he said that, too. I then heard a big bang come from the bedroom. It was
Ooh.
a closed door.
Ooh.
Patrick stood up and looked kind of angry. He walked into the room and shut the door behind him.
Bro, you
I
better
heard him yelling,
grab that chair and
"Did I tell you that you
WWE
could
him.
move? No, stay where you are, I have company." Or something like that. He then walked out with a smile on his face and shut the door slowly. Sorry
Oh,
about that. That was
gosh.
just my wife. She's really sick and not allowed to be near visitors today.
Bro, you
Smile
have your
while saying
wife
that
locked up in a
also.
room?
I really wanted to go, and I looked around the room and noticed there were clothes everywhere. It was really messy. He must have been living out of here. At that
Obviously.
moment, his wife walked out of the room.
Oh,
"I'm
so we
hungry,"
do got a
she
wife.
said. At this point, the man
She
looked
said
pissed.
what? Oh, ooh,
"I'm hungry," she said.
he got hot.
At this point, the man looked pissed.
You shouldn't have said that or came out
That's
at
when he
all.
yelled, "Get back in there." His wife was extremely pale and looked like she had been crying a lot. She was sniffing and had red circles around her eyes. She looked at me, then walked back in the room. I asked him where his kids were, and he didn't answer. He told me that he had kids' clothes that he wanted me to try on.
No.
And that was the last straw for me.
Let me go home.
I had to get out of that situation, and I didn't know how. I started crying, and then he hugged me.
No,
He
get
told
off
me
of
it'll
me.
be okay. Nothing is going to happen, and just try on the clothes.
Bro,
He walked
please
in
let
the
me
back
leave.
room, and I thought this would be the perfect time for me to leave. I unlocked his door, and I tried to leave as quietly as I could. I didn't even care if I got lost anymore. I just
Right.
didn't want to take any more chances with Patrick, if that was even his name.
He's smart. I
had
don't
a
know how
feeling
old
had
he
been
is, but
lying.
he's smart.
I mean, he lied about having kids, so who knows what else.
Exactly.
I was in the woods trying to find my way back. I was still close to his house, close enough to hear his shouting. I heard him yelling stuff to his wife, things along the lines of, "Where the hell did he go?" And I knew I shouldn't have left him alone. You probably let him leave. I could
Bro,
have sworn I heard him call her a few nasty names a couple times.
probably did.
Then it happened. I stopped in my tracks. I heard footsteps. I went and hid behind a tree and looked in his direction. There he was,
Footsteps?
standing outside, and he seemed
How
to
he
be
catch
looking
up
for
there?
me.
I guess he got low
I
legs,
was far
so.
enough away to where I could barely see him, but I could tell he was looking for me. He then
Bro.
stepped out in the forest, and I heard him shouting, "Hey kid, it's okay, you can come back now. You don't have to try on the clothes.
Nah, I'm
And
cool.
I have toys back in my cabin. All you
Nah.
have to do is come back."
Nah, your cabin
Then
is
started
dirty.
running.
And it
I just
stinks
ran
too.
as fast as I could in a straight
gone.
line in hopes to find somebody in my
I'm
family.
gone. Let
I
me
was
out of
running
here.
away, and I thought I heard shouting, but I didn't stop to hear it.
Right. I do not
And
care no
after about an
more.
hour of running, I finally saw a cabin. It was my cabin.
Let's go.
I ran to it. My father was outside looking around for me. I ran up.
Look at this, man. Shame. Shame. So he's just casually after about it's got to be like an hour now, right? Right? At least an hour now, right? And he just outside, just casually, "Huh, where's my son at? Where's my son at?" Like, he did not care. Look at this man. This man is not a provider or protector. Get him up out of here. I think he was on Patrick's team. Honestly, if it's a plot twist and he's on Pat, that's why he liked him so much. In my opinion, I think he was trying to get his son up out of here. No thanks. One is enough or something. Something had to happen. This whole trip was planned for this, bro. This dude sucks. He sucks. If not, he sucks at protecting, bro. He's garbage.
Up to him crying and told him Patrick wasn't a good guy and that he was really weird and how he was touching my legs and stuff.
Yuck.
My father immediately called the person he rented the cabin from. My father looked at me and told
now
me
he
to
gets
never
serious.
follow any stranger ever again.
How about you never leave your son with any stranger ever again? Pops? This dude is garbage, man. I'm trying to tell you. And then just leave him outside for an hour. For a whole hour, bro. Are you serious?
We immediately left that day and asked for a refund the next day. The guy renting them out apologized. The man that owned the cabin rentals called the police and they went back there and checked the cabin and there was nobody back there.
Oh
Not
my
even
gosh.
his wife. His clothes and belongings were still there is what they told us, but nothing really happened after that.
Y'all can't track him from anything he left?
He never called us or told us anything about him ever again. Patrick most likely wasn't his real name, and he probably wasn't a veteran. I just want to know what happened to him and his wife, and how he even got a wife in the first place. And how and why he lived back in that cabin. He seemed to have lived there for a while. I guess he left because he figured the police would be coming after him.
Yeah.
Since he didn't rent the cabin.
Yeah.
So many questions that will never get answered.
Your pops probably know all the answers. I ain't gonna lie to you.
My friend Lily has a cabin.
I'm trying to tell you, he was trying to get you up out of there, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was trying to get you up out of there. He was tired of you. But let's go to the next video. You know what I'm saying? We got 5 of them now. I might stop at 2. I'm gonna stop after this one. And then we're gonna react to the rest of the 3 tomorrow. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
And one summer, she brought me and her cousin Evan. It had been a great couple of days, and on the last night...
I was talking a little bit. Let me restart it.
My friend Lily has a cabin on a lake in Washington, and one summer, she brought me and her cousin Evan. It had been a great couple of days, and on the last night, like we had the past few nights, we went fishing at the lake. Which was only a 5-minute walk from her cabin. It was around 7 p.m., and fishing was perfect at that hour. To get to the beach, though, you had to walk through a small section of woods. There was a trail in the middle that during the day was occupied by women jogging with strollers and kids running to another nearby beach. Our beach was a bit more secluded, and there was no trail to get there. The hill down was steep and slippery.
That boy ugly in the front.
Back, it took climbing on all 4s to get to the top. We stayed at that beach until about 8:30, just sitting in the dark relaxing. We were pretty good kids and mostly just sat on a
Y'all
lake
are
chatting.
kids? Y'all look like y'all in y'all late 40s. Y'all do not look like kids. I thought this was an older person story or something. And all y'all got like graying hairs and everything. Buddy's lining over here receding. Y'all are not kids. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Cut that out right now.
It was one of those weird situations where you suddenly look around and you realize that it has gotten dark. I told Lily and Evan that we should probably get home.
I ain't never been in that
They agreed
situation.
and we packed up our gear. This was the latest that we had stayed out at the beach, so my overactive and scary movie-powered imagination, I was a little bit scared. We calmly and silently, for some reason, walked up the hill.
Y'all
It
shook?
was pretty creepy here at night, and then Evan made it 10 times worse. He told us a story about these mountain men who had been around in the 60s and were basically these men who lived in the woods and were in some sort of cult. He said that they had murdered people all over the area for their cult and that some of them were still around. Internally, I was hysterical and terrified, but externally, I basically told Evan to shut up and to stop trying to scare us.
Exactly, boy. I would have grabbed that fishing pole, hing, right in his mouth. Shut up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you a part of them, Evan? What are you talking about? Is this like a introduction to what you about to do to us or something? Shut up, Evan. And he looked the most scared out of everybody walking. What are you saying this for? What are you saying this for? And I'm sorry, I was trying to hold it in, but I ain't never been in that situation. Never in my life. All of a sudden we look around and we find out that that it ain't that it's dark outside. What? Did y'all have your eyes closed while y'all was out there the entire time? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying. Have y'all ever been in that situation? Comment down in the comment section if y'all have. Hey, YouTube, go ahead. Cause not me. Never me. Look around and all of a sudden it's dark. I realize it's dark outside. Pitch black outside. What? Never me. Stop it, bro.
As we started across the trail, Evan looked to our right for some reason. He stopped dead in his tracks and looked scared.
I'm gonna keep
Lily
walking.
told him to stop being stupid, and the two
Right.
of us started to climb the steepest part, the all-force climbing part of the hill.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Evan grabbed us both by the arm very forcefully and made us look where he was looking. At first, I couldn't see anything, and I just
Ain't none of my business. I'm gone.
But then my eyes adjusted, and I saw a large man. I'm assuming he was a man because of the shape.
Oh,
Stumbling
no.
toward us pretty slowly.
Yo.
Who knows what his intentions were, but being kids, we freaked out and scrambled up the hill as fast as we could.
Why was you waiting for him?
We all turned around at some point and saw that the dude was running. Well, stumbling quicker toward us while we climbed. He got pretty close to us until we finally got over the hill and sprinted across the road to the cabin.
Bruh.
At first, it sounds fairly innocent, but we all had a deep feeling of dread when we saw him on that trail. I didn't feel like he had good intentions. Once we got to the cabin, we threw our gear on the porch and ran to the front door, and of course it was locked. But there was a secret knock that her family had showed that the person at the door was a member of the family or a friend.
What?
It was a fairly complicated rhythm, and both Lily and Evan banged on the door to the family knock.
What are you talking about? So you gotta make beats on the door in order to get inside the cabin? At night? What type of family is this? Who's trying to just get in your house and where you can't look outside the peephole to see who it is? Why is it a specialty knock that you have to do? That's number one. Number two, we couldn't just keep walking and him say, "Hey man, somebody's following us." And if he caught up to us, turn around, it's a 2v1. Like he said he was rather large, but nah, I'm still walking. Ain't no 2v1. I'm gone. But like regardless, like what is going on? What is going on in this house, in this universe? Why is it a specialty knock? Okay. All right, let's roll with it. I ain't never heard of these things before in my life, but let's just keep going. Come on.
I remember just looking around trying to see if the creep had followed us, but I saw nothing.
Nah, he's there.
We were let in, and in a panic, we told the adults the whole story. They said it was probably just some guy who we probably made feel bad. We disagreed, but we felt safe in the locked cabin with the grown-ups. The cabin had a walkout basement, basically like a lower story. Not a creepy basement. It had a door and windows, where Lily and I slept on bunk beds. We went down to get into pajamas. After about 5 minutes of calming down together, we heard the family knock. I thought it was Evan trying to come in from the stairway door, so I said, "Come in." But no response.
The family
It
knock.
happened again, but this
So
time
you gotta knock like that on every single door before you go in? I thought that was just the front door. I don't
I
know.
realized where it was coming from. The window outside.
Ooh.
Lily and I turned completely white and stared at each other with that horrible feeling of terror in your stomach. It
Ooh.
happened again, but a little more frantically. We both ran to the stairway door and booked it up to the living room where Lily's family and Evan were. We told them all what we had heard through the panicked tears, and Evan went downstairs to listen. He said it was definitely the knock. While Lily's uncle, older brother, and older cousin all gathered flashlights to go look outside, we heard it again, but on the front door this time.
Okay.
Everyone looked at the door and huddled together. It happened once or twice more.
Well, you better
Lily's
get
uncle finally
active. What
decided
is?
to call the police. He said, "I'm not sure what their intentions are, but there is someone trying to get into my cabin," to the police. The knocking went on for another 2 minutes or so, and finally it stopped. 5 minutes after the call, the police showed up with a comforting loud pounding and "police" yelled through the door. To make sure, Lily's uncle looked outside a window and saw other police searching around for the creeper. The policeman asked us 3 kids what had happened in the woods, and we told him the whole thing. They never found anyone, but those banging knocks on the door will stick with me forever. The officer said that it was probably just some guy who was twisted and
Bro,
wanted
yuck,
to freak
man.
some kids out.
If he can
What
move
creeped me
around,
out
that'll
the
be
most
great.
was the fact that the person had memorized a complicated family knock. All 3 of us slept on the floor together that night.
Bro, how complicated was that knock to where it creeped them out like that? And who was they? Where no one can knock on y'all door. Like, I don't know. That knocking system got me like, I don't know, like confused right now. I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know. This was an episode of confusion, of pure confusion. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Well, those is the 2 stories. Hey, appreciate you, YouTube, for sliding. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to drop a like before I go. Before you go, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and come check me out on Twitch. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I told my dog that I was about to hop on some Spectra. So let me not disappoint him. It's been a week, so I might be dog water, but hey, at least we trying though.